This video is a partnership with Huion. Stick around to learn more about the Huion Kamvas Pro 16 2.5K. Hello, I'm Joe, and it's been a while. As you can see, I've changed my appearance a bit and I'm trying a slightly different way of making content, so hopefully you'll stick around. But you didn't click on this video to hear me ramble about nonsense. No. You're here to see a totally professional artist review a fancy schmancy drawing tablet and try to make some Pokemon character designs. Yay! But they're not just any Pokemon, they're evolutions, yay! They're the cutest, the sweetest, and arguably the most iconic Pokemon, besides the likes of Pikachu and Charizard. I've been in love with these little guys since I was a kid, and though I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan, I wanted to show my appreciation for these fan favorites by making a few of them some human designs, so that's what we're here to do. Before we get into the art though, I have a package that has been sitting in my room for a week that I need to open. So before we start drawing, let's unbox the Huion Kamvas Pro 16 2.5K. That's a bit of a mouthful. As I've already said, the lovely people at Huion sent me this tablet to try out for the video, and y'all, I am so excited. It's been years since I've used anything other than an iPad for digital art, so whenever they reached out to me about this collaboration, I knew I needed to take it. And also, I needed a tablet for school next year, so this was really good timing. Alongside the tablet, Huion also sent me this pen to try out, which is called the battery-free Slim Pen PW550S. The Kamvas Pro already comes with the stylus, here it is right here. However, this pen, as the name implies, is slim. It's skinnier. Look at it! I'm gonna be honest and say that skinnier pens are not really my preference. However, if you like working with slimmer supplies, then this is definitely for you. Now let's unbox the actual tablet, yippee! Whenever we open the box, the first thing we see is, of course, the tablet in all of her beauty. I'm not sure what size I expected it to be, but it was a lot bigger than I previously thought. I think I'm just used to my iPad, which is quite a bit smaller, but still. Of course, the tablet isn't the only thing here. We also have the tablet stand, an artist glove, the power adapter, a bunch of cords, here are all of them on screen right now, the battery-free pen PW517, a pen holder with extra pen nipples in it, a cleaning cloth, and of course, an instruction manual. You can't go wrong with an instruction manual. Unboxing everything was pretty smooth sailing, though I will say I am weak and had a bit of trouble setting up the tablet stand. I wasn't sure which way to open it, and I was kind of afraid that I would break it, but it ended up fine, you know, I figured it out. Whenever it came to setting up the actual tablet though, everything plugged into my computer just fine. Like, there were no issues with the wires or anything, but whenever I went to download the tablet driver, I realized that the tablet wasn't compatible with my MacBook because my MacBook is just really old. Luckily for me, before I could even panic, my boyfriend was so kind and he offered up his laptop for me to use the tablet with, which just, thank you so much. And now that I have the tablet set up, I can finally make some art on it. So let's do some designing and drawing before I do my final review. The first evolution I designed was Vaporeon. Fun fact about Vaporeon, she is actually my favorite evolution, so I was very excited to design her. Before I started working on this video, I posted a few polls on Instagram and YouTube to see what evolutions y'all would want to see. And out of the 4 options that I gave, Vaporeon was 3rd place on both of the polls. So originally, I wasn't even gonna design her. But as I started to brainstorm ideas for the 1st and 2nd place Pokemon, I got this comment. Someone who I admire a lot and really inspires the content I make is asking me to make a human design of my favorite evolution? Sorry y'all, I'm not doing Leafeon anymore. So now I had to research this baby girl, of course, because the Pokemon design itself can only get me so far. The most common things I saw mentioned about Vaporeon on Bulbapedia were that she can melt invisibly into water and that she has been suited to living in the water. Great, but I also found that she prefers beautiful shores and has been mistaken for a mermaid. which basically told me that she's a beach girl and a really good swimmer. An ocean lover, if you will. So I took all this information and headed to Pinterest and made myself a mood board of her overall aesthetic, or at least what I thought it would be. My original idea was that she was a tomboyish coconut girl, but the more I looked at coconut girl stuff, the more it just wasn't exactly what I was looking for. But then, my saving grace for design inspiration was looking at VTuber character designs and Genshin cosplay wigs. So we have tomboy, coconut girl, VTuber, and Genshin. And somehow, together, they all fit the vibes I wanted. Now let me talk about her actual design, because Lord, there's a lot I want to point out. I wanted her overall body type to be similar to a professional swimmer's, considering she is super good at swimming, which meant that I had to give her big hands, a long wingspan, and she's tall. She'll probably be the tallest out of all of the EEVEELUTIONS. I also wanted her entire outfit to just scream beach, sleek, and cool. One of my thoughts was that I wanted her to look like she'd get along with Rainbow Dash, if that makes any sense. But I also wanted her to be blue, all over, all blue. I knew for her hair, I wanted it to have a silhouette reminiscent of her neck fin, and I also wanted to incorporate her tail in it, somehow. I went through a few drafts that I just wasn't happy with, and it wasn't until I saw art of a character with a little braid beside its face that my brain exploded, and I knew exactly what I was gonna do. So I made her hair short and fluffy. I don't know, it goes up. And its overall shape is supposed to remind people of the neck fin. The colors, however, are from her body, with the bright blue on top and a cream yellow underneath as a callback to her ears. And the braid is supposed to represent the tail, and is also there to add just like a little bit of visual interest. In most Pokemon games, you evolve Eevee into Vaporeon by letting it hold a water stone. So I decided to give the human design a water stone necklace made of cowrie shells, because beach and Pokemon. I guess this means for any future design, if the EEVEELUTION needs to hold a stone to evolve, I'll incorporate it into the design, somehow. For her outfit, I gave her a pretty simple bikini top that's just blue and yellow. Not much thought there, but I think it looks good. And I also gave her some baggy activewear pants because I thought the shape of them looked nice. And I also added a little ocean pattern at the bottom, and I think that looks nice too. Considering she lives in a warmer climate, she definitely wouldn't need a heavy jacket, but I wanted something to be on her arms instead of just nothing, so I gave her a light jacket that she refuses to wear correctly because she thinks it looks cool. And for her shoes, y'all, I'm not that good at designing or drawing shoes. I definitely need to get better at it. So I ended up just giving her some simple flip-flops since she's probably at the beach a lot. I don't know, I thought that made sense. And there's our Vaporeon! I feel like in past designs that I've done for YouTube, I haven't really put any effort into thinking about like the shape language or silhouettes of the characters, so I tried being more purposeful than usual, and I hope it was successful. I really do. On to the next evolution! Next is Sylveon! This girl was the winner of both the Instagram and the YouTube polls by a landslide. Like, y'all really wanted to see me design Sylveon. And I did too, to be honest. Like, this girl is just too iconic. Sylveon is probably the most feminine and, hot take here, the best design evolution, at least to my standards. But as much as I love her design, I had a bit of trouble coming up with an idea for the human design that I was satisfied with. Like, a lot more trouble than I did with Vaporeon. I've seen a lot of people draw Sylveon in an idol or like a pastel Lolita inspired outfit. Very detailed, very dressy stuff. And as much as I agree with those interpretations and eat it up whenever I see people draw them, I wanted to do something a little different because that just doesn't seem practical to constantly wear that sort of stuff. And also, I don't really like drawing ruffles. I need to get better, but I'm not doing that today. My vision was that I wanted Sylveon's outfit and aesthetic to be girly, and to look like her design, of course. But I also wanted it to have a similar vibe to my Vaporeon design, which would mean less ruffles and frill. So I took to Bulbapedia to research a bit about her, and the main thing that it told me was that Sylveon's ribbon-like feelers send out an aura that calms her enemies. Oh, okay then. I can work with that, I guess. Other than that, I didn't really get anything, I'm not gonna lie. Since her human design won't have, like, controllable ribbon tendons, I interpreted that to mean that Sylveon has a fun and non-threatening presence. She looks cute, and the stuff she wears is adorable, and basically she'll just have the same vibes as her Pokemon design, obviously. Since I had all of my basic brainstorming done, I thought I was good to go to start on drafting and a final design. But the process of designing her was so tedious. Of course, before I went on to do the final draft, I had some drafts and came up with one that I really liked, but whenever I started sketching it on a larger and more detailed scale, it wasn't hitting the same. There was something missing. I originally thought it was the hair, like the hair looked wrong, and I couldn't get it to look exactly how it looked in the draft. I eventually got it to a point that I liked whenever I added the pigtails, but then, after I got satisfied with that, I saw the outfit, and then the outfit started to be an issue. So I looked at the outfit, and I thought maybe it was the jacket I was giving her. Maybe it just didn't look right. But then I hated every change I made to that, and instead of changing anything, I ended up with the same jacket in the end. And then the skirt. I was so set on giving her a short, cute skirt, and I knew I didn't want anything else. So I changed it up a little bit, added some bows, made the bottom not straight, I don't know what to call this, but something still looked wrong. Even when I asked some friends for criticism and they gave me stuff that helped, I don't know, it just wasn't what I wanted. My brain was not designing this as well as I did Vaporeon, and every little change I made just made me more and more frustrated. In the end, I felt better about her design. I don't know. I think my main problem that I had with this design is that, unlike with Vaporeon, I didn't really translate the same shape language that the Pokemon had onto the human design. Mainly because, while I was making both human designs, like whenever I was drafting them, I wasn't really paying attention to the shapes and silhouette of the Pokemon. I think Vaporeon's turned out more successful because even though I wasn't really thinking about it as much as I probably should have been, it still ended up with similar shapes and a similar flow to the Pokemon that she was based off of. And I did mention that her hair is based on her neck fin and like tiny little things like that. I think that helped. But with Sylveon, I didn't really take that as much into consideration. She has a bunch of bows and a bunch of colors, but ultimately there's still, like, I don't know, there's something missing. And even though I'm ripping apart this design, I also have to say, I still think it's pretty good. I love the jacket design, I love the socks, like, she's really cute, y'all, I can't hate her. And some of y'all might be asking, well, if you don't like this design so much, why not just go ahead and redo her before you post the video? And that's because this video has a deadline, and I just needed to get it done. I had to settle for what I had, and now I'm gonna go back after the video. I'm gonna fix everything. I'm gonna fix it. Overall, I don't think my Sylveon design was as successful as my Vaporeon's, but nonetheless, she is still adorable. I still really like it. Please tell me what you would have done for her design, what you would have fixed. Just, I need help with this. But now that we've done most of the art, let's go on to the tablet review. I want to address two things before I fully get into the tablet review. And that is that one, yes, I'm only designing 2 characters for this video. I'm a full-time college student, and this video literally took me 10 times longer to make than I thought it would. But if y'all want to see a part 2, just let me know because I'm more than willing to make one. I want to make more of these designs. And 2, during my Sylveon portion of the video, looking back on it, I feel like I was a little too negative and harsh on myself. Like, there are definitely things that I could fix about her design, but I don't know, she's really cute. I feel like when I was writing the script for that section, I was still just like feeling the frustration from the process of designing her, but I don't know, it's been about a week since I drew her, and I think she looks better than I thought. I had to put that out there. But anyways, the tablet! It's review time! Looking at the tablet, it's about 16 inches long with a workspace that's a little smaller than that. It has 8 buttons along the side of it, which you can program to be any command of your choice. I set the bottom one to be Control-Z since I knew I needed the undo button to be very conveniently placed. I use that girl way too much. It's priced at a hefty $600, but keep in mind that includes the pen, tablet stand, and everything else that comes with the tablet as well. Plus, I don't know, the tablet's pretty nice. I would say it's worth about that much. One fun fact about me is that I'm not super computer savvy. I can work phones and stuff like that, but working on an actual computer is not my strong suit at all. So I was nervous when I accepted this review because a part of me was like, oh my gosh, what if I can't even get this tablet to work at all? But I did, because I was overdramatic and it's pretty easy to set up. Other than the hiccup of it not working with my computer, which again is not Huion's fault, I didn't run into any other issues like at all. The drivers were easy to install, setting up the monitor didn't take that long. It was all pretty good. I also found the bigger workspace to be really nice, especially since I've been working on a much larger scale for school. It's been neat to be able to draw larger on this thing. And lastly, the colors. I'm gonna be honest, at first, the colors on the tablet weren't super accurate to everything else. But luckily, every single Huion display tablet has a little color menu that helps you correct what you're seeing, and it took just a little bit of adjusting for it to look accurate to everything else, which, you know, is an easy fix. I really like that aspect about it. So overall, the tablet was really good. 10 out of 10, would recommend. If you want to purchase it, it will be linked in the description and the pinned comment. And that's about it. Once again, huge thank you to Huion for sending me the tablet and allowing me to collaborate with this video. I had a wonderful experience working with them and their tablet as well. I also want to give a huge thank you to my patrons, my $10 patrons being on screen right now. I actually recently did a whole Patreon overhaul, so if you want me to draw your character at the end of every video like we have up here, check me out over there. There's a lot of perks and extra art you can find there as well. Once again, I'm so sorry for the wait for this video. I decided in 2024 that I want to prioritize quality over quantity with my work and also move away from making solely character design content. That's not to say that every video will take me almost 3 months to make. They definitely won't be that sparse, but yeah, expect some different and higher quality stuff. In fact, my next video will be a sort of animated story time. So keep an eye out for that. Sneak peeks for it are already on my Patreon if you want to see that. With all that being said, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!